All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Jessica, Silver State Stitcher. I'm back with a long overdue update. I thought I'd do a WIP Parade. I know we're already into March and I meant to do this back in January, but such is the life of a toddler mom. Nothing ever happens on my planned schedule. Anyway, let's see, I think the last time I saw you guys, it's been a while, probably close to a year. I thought I'd do just a quick WIP Parade, like I said, just to try and get back in the groove of trying to make videos again. And let's get started. I've got, and then I'll probably go over some quilting plans at the end because I've been trying to stay up on my quilting as well. All right. I can't show you the picture because I forgot to print it, but I've been working a lot on trying to do my seasonal decor up and have like something to decorate for every season. Over Christmas, I did quite a few little smalls and tier trade tidbits from Stitching with the Housewives. This is one of the Valentine's ones. Let's see, is it better back here? One of the Valentine's ones. It's being stitched on black Monaco. And these are great for when I'm watching TV with my husband and we just need, he's watching a movie or whatever, playing a video game, and I just want to stitch away kind of thing. So they go pretty quick. And I kind of tend to keep a couple of them printed at once. Let me see if I can cover up the pattern. I'll keep a couple of them printed for whatever season I'm stitching. Obviously that one's for Valentine's Day, so I didn't get that one finished. I got one done. I keep them all in a bag with all the floss that's required for it. Sorry about the focus. I'm still trying to figure out, it's a new phone. So this is in a bag that I made. Made one for my mom and one for myself. Hers is just the reverse print. So this is her outside and then this is her inside print. But used the project bag tutorial from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, and I love it. It's super quick and easy. Once I made these two, I came home and cut out about 10 more. So there's many more bags that were churned out after that one. All right, next WIP, because I don't know how long this video is going to be. This one I'm calling a WIP only because I've already done it once, but I'm basically working on making this Lizzie Kate Quickit. I don't know why it won't focus. Maybe it's just because it's looking at my face. The Lizzie Kate Quickit sampling Easter Q005 is what it's called. I made it once for a smalls exchange that I did last year. And I have just some hand dyed, like gray pewtery colored Rit dyed fabric that Monaco that I did myself. So I just have to whip that one out. That's next on my finish or, work on list in my WIPs box. Oh, also a bag I made. Pretty sure this is Bonnie and Camille, like a Christmas one, and then can't remember which collection this is from. I'm like in love with and can't get enough of all the Bonnie and Camille fabrics. So then this is a Halloween WIP. Let me see if I can find the picture. It's from, let's see, the Just Cross Stitch Halloween special 2017 special edition. And the one that I'm making is this one. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Halloween Advice by Wall de Champs of WC Needlework. Anyway, it's just a quick little kind of spooky looking wordy one. And I'm doing that again on, I picked more of that gray fabric. I dyed a bunch of gray fabric at the same time. So Monaco, Rit dyed, I think it's like pewter, like whatever the gray, there's a gray Rit dye. I can look and see and put it in the notes, but not very far on that one. I just started that one like at the end of last Halloween, and then kind of got out of the Halloween stitching spirit. So I'm stitching it with Wild Oats by Classic Colorworks. And then I have Embers, I think, for some, no, Persimmon by Weeks Dye Works for some of like the highlighted sections. So yeah, and that is in, this is a bag I didn't stitch, but I bought on Etsy, and I have no idea who made it, but it's super cute. It's got all sorts of like Disney characters and stuff on it, and I love Disney stuff, so I just couldn't pass it up. It was too cute for words. And then this is, I just went through and organized my WIPs the other day and unkitted stuff that I don't think I'll get to. Where's the picture? Working on, my goal is to finish this for this year. It's the Waxy Moon Designs Halloween House Trio. I did this on some 14 count Ada that I tea-dyed that somebody gave me. And so this is as far as I've gotten on one of the houses. It's just a little bit of the bunting and some of the border. So I just have to get back to that. I think I'm pretty positive I picked my own colors. I used some called for and then picked my own for others. So I just need to get back to working on that. The reason this one got put down is I started it on this tea-dyed fabric and I like the color of this fabric, but I don't prefer to stitch on Ada anymore. And so it just, I have to be in the mood to stitch on this one, but I don't want to restart it on something else. I don't know. We'll see. If I don't get to it this Halloween time, like before Halloween this year, it might get unkitted and put on the back burner until I can finish dyeing more Monaco, that tea dyed color, tea coffee dyed look. Then I'm trying to cover up the pattern so you can't see it. I'm also working on the Tiny Moderatist Halloween calendar. I've got my bitty board, my little bitty board that I keep all my little threads on. I find that super handy. Comes in handy. And this, I've got I'm planning on doing this basically as like ornaments on like a little calendar tree. Hopefully this year I'll get these all done because I would really like to do it as like a game with my daughter now. She loves numbers and she loves being able to do a countdown to something. So these are the ones that I finished. This cute little devil. Got quite a few, but probably have half of them finished at this point. So if I just stick to it, I should probably, I'm thinking about going to like a, kind of like Priscilla and Chelsea used to do, where they would do like a day of the week for each season. I love this one. I think this one's kind of cool looking, the little chandelier. Let's see. This one I did on purpose on black Monaco, only because, I don't know if you can see through it or not, but because on the chart it calls for like a full coverage with black DMC. I thought, I'm going to save myself the time, just do it on black fabric. All right, this is super cute. They're all super cute. That's why I decided to make it, but oh my gosh, I love this guy. Little werewolf. And this is adorable. You know, I really like a block when it's got back stitching in it, and I just hate doing back stitching. If I do back stitching and I still think it looks good, I really like that block. This cute little cat. And then I usually go through and sew a bunch of the blocks, just like stitch the outer border, and then I'll go and fill all of them in. So started working on that one. That's the last one I worked on. And then I just have the remaining coffee tea dyed ornament stacks for the rest of the month are here. And I'm pretty sure this is evening blue with coffee tea dye over it. And then I want to do, I think I'm going to do little pillow finishes for each of them. I worked on, for Christmas this year, I did for my family, adult family members, everybody, every family in my family grouping got a hand-stitched Christmas ornament. It was a goal last year for me to get that done, and the only one that hasn't reached its home is for my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, because their family right now lives in London, and I just need to get to the post office and send it. They'll get it this year, I'm sure. So anyway, going back to the pillow finishes on those little ones, I've gotten better and more confident at doing those little pillow finish ornaments, and I think that'll look cute. It'll be an easy thing that Sophia, I don't have to worry about Sophia mangling or messing up as easily. So this one, I am so close to a finish, so maybe if I set up a calendar and I can actually work on different holidays on different days of the week, I'll get more of this stuff done. But this is a WIP that's been going on for 2 years. I started this when we were in Gainesville about 2 years ago. We had spent some time there when my father-in-law was very sick and in hospital there. He unfortunately ended up passing a little bit later that year. But anyway, I just remember it was really nice to start this. I did the star one at the bottom. It reminds me of like a quilt star. And so I just thought it was so cute. I want to go back and do this one too. So that'll be next. I just have to find the right fabric for it again. I did this on coffee tea dyed Monaco that I dyed myself. Oops, upside down. And you can see like the inside is completely finished. I just have to finish doing the white is like maybe a third of the way around right now. So I have the rest of this. And the reason I didn't finish it previously is because I ran out of the, let's see, what was I using for colors? Let me see if I can do a Nicole's Needleworks. It's not very pretty, it's just 2 colors, but I did ribbon red for the outside, and what was the white? Eggshell is the one that I picked to go between the red stripes. I don't think that's what's called for. Oh, it is what's called for. Eggshell. I think chili pepper might have been the classic Colorworks color that I replaced with ribbon red. I just like the ribbon red color better for this one. Anyway, it's so close to being finished, and it's like super easy. I just need to go in and do the white. It'll be over pretty quickly, and then I can have that as a finish for 4th of July. This, let's see. Some of these I don't really remember. This I think was like a freebie. I'm not going to show you the pattern because I can't remember if it must have been a freebie because I printed it out. Yeah, complimentary chart to celebrate Independence Day by Brianna Stewart. I guess I can show it to you then. Just a cute little flag, says July 4th, and I thought that was pretty cute. And so I picked out just a red, white, and blue. I got bamboo, old blue jeans, and ruby slippers were the colors that I picked for that one. And then I've been using one of the Bitsy Bob things by That's So Kellyco. I got this a while ago, and it holds all the threads and stuff. I like these little self-contained thread holders. That is getting stitched on some, ooh, my needle is just like flying around in here. On some Ada that I had, some tan Ada that I found in my stash. And then, again, this is like something that I started on some Ada thinking, oh, it'll look really pretty. And it's gonna look really pretty. It's just, I don't prefer to stitch on it. Lately, I've done more stitching in hand. I kind of evolved from using a Q-snap to just stitching in hand. I think it's faster. I go faster because I can do the sewing method that way. And I'm not as hindered by, you know, it doesn't take as long for me. And when you have very little stitching time because you have a tiny human that you have to take care of. And, you know, I want to be as effective as I can. So I like to go as fast as I can when I'm actually stitching. I was wondering, maybe you guys know, but is there a way to make Aida softer? Like, I feel like the other reason I don't like to stitch in hand with Aida is because it's so stiff. And I don't particularly like that aspect of it. I know some people really enjoy having stiff fabric, but that's not for me. I wonder if I might try like, do you think like a vinegar soak or something like that? Like white vinegar, like letting it soak and then rinsing it really good would take some of the starch out of it. I don't know. We'll see. I will work on that one day when I have time to experiment. Currently, I've got a baby sleeping, beans in the pressure cooker. I got to make rice. We're going to a birthday dinner at my mom's house for my sister. It's a busy day, so I thought I'd cram this one thing that I don't actually have to do into my day. Nothing like procrastination, you know? This next one's a Lizzie Kate Flora Mix Sample 2012 ornament set. There's 3 little ornaments, and I've already made the little Rejoice one over here. I made that one previously for a smalls exchange. And I just thought it was really cute, so I just kept everything in the bag. I don't actually think, did I start anything? Oh, I did start something. I'm not sure which one of the ornaments I started, but one of those 3 has been started on here, so we'll see how that goes. I think I was out of the white, maybe. Yeah, I got a little post-it in here that says I need 712 DMC, so that's probably why that one didn't get finished last year. I tried really hard last year to finish as many smalls and get as many WIPs out as I could. Not with any concentrated like effort, like a calendar or WIP go or anything, just knowing that I was trying to get them done as quick as possible. Let's see. I think I started, I can't remember which one of these. This is how long ago it was. It's either, yeah, it's got to be one of these. I think I was starting to do, let's see, this is what I've got. This is in there because I was actually having to frog some stitches. I made a mistake, but I'm working on, oh, sorry about the glare. It's Bent Creek Flurries Let It Snow, and it was this one that says Let It Snow on it. That's the one I was doing on the black Monaco. And the reason why it got put in timeout is because I made a big mistake and I had to unstitch about half of the work that I had already gotten done on it. But that's with Rain Shower, Classic Colorworks Rain Shower, and then maybe just white DMC. I don't know. This one has been in timeout for 2 years because I was so mad and I did not really feel like getting it back out. It's not because of the black fabric. Actually, some people don't like stitching on black fabric. I love stitching on black fabric. I don't know why, but I just think it looks really cool and crisp. And I find that it's not harder to stitch on for me than like regular colors or lighter colors, I guess. Okay. This would be Heart and Hand Christmas Square Dance 1. And this is what it looks like. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure everything gets in focus. And then it looks like I like really barely started on the houses, maybe. That's what it looks like. So my plan was to do all 3 of these, but I think I just got sidetracked with too many ornaments the year that I started that. It looks like I've got the called for colors. There's a ton of them, and they're all kind of a mess, so I'm not going to show you that. That lovely, well, maybe I will. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it out. Just kind of a, is this pretty for everybody? Anyway, they're very pretty. The colors I think are cute, and I'm doing that on some coffee tea dyed Monaco that I had a small little leftover piece of. We're almost out of the little tiny smalls. This is, oh, this is the other one. See, do you ever do something where you finish something and you're like, hey, I finished that. and then you forgot to take it out and it gets stuck in the WIP pile. That's what happened to me. I finished, apparently. I stitched a whole extra ornament this year that I didn't have to. I finished most of these for Christmas ornaments this year for my family members, like I said beforehand, and I couldn't find one of them. Well, it's because it was in the WIP project bag pile. So this one's actually a finish, not a WIP, but it didn't make it to the finish box. So I'm gonna take this apart after this video and try and finish this one maybe for us, for my family here. I'm sure it looks like I took, oh, I think what I was thinking was I have another one cut, so maybe I was gonna make one more for me. I have another piece of Monaco that I dyed. Who knows what the combination of colors is on this. Sometimes I just get a little mad sciencey when I start dyeing and pouring things together, and then if I end up with something I like, I just keep it. This is the mess of threads that I had. That goes with, I put all my threads for that whole pack in like a little pencil case, and because I was doing so many of them for family members. So I have to get back to that. I just kind of got burnt out on Christmas stitching after stitching everything, but I really love these little, the tiny tidings, ones from Lizzie Kate. They go super quick and they make like the perfect size ornament, I think. And then I got this off of Etsy. Does it have a tag on it? It does, from the brass button on Etsy. I know this is not a really great example, but it's like a little thread keeper, and it snaps, and it's got a place to pin your needle, and they are just small enough that they fit easily into like these little half project zip bags. These zip bags are from the Container Store. They're like document bags or something like that, I think is what they have them called on the website. I can't remember, but they're like vinyl, little zip. You can get them from Amazon, but I just happened to be by a Container Store, and so picked up a bunch of these, and I find they're perfect for these little half size charts to fit stuff in there, as long as there's not too much thread, which is why I ended up putting the thread for that project in here. But that mystery of the ornament that I thought I had finished but apparently couldn't find has now been resolved. So thank goodness I did this video instead of the actual housework that I'm avoiding right now. All right, then this is by Cherry Hill Stitchery, Holly and Gingerbread. I can't remember who I saw do this. Maybe it was like Kimberly was doing something, either this one or one of the other ones where it's like word typography kind of thing. And I just thought it was really cute. So I pulled all the threads. Did I use the called for threads? Maybe I made up the threads for this one. I think I got what I thought was close to the threads and pulled those. And then I've just started, let's see, the V in Heavenly. I don't even know if you can see it because it's, oh, there we go. And just because this was bigger, I was going to try and do it on one of my Q snaps and see if I liked it. I think the reason why it didn't get done is possibly because I decided I don't really like stitching in the Q snap as much as I used to. It's crazy how quickly your preferences can change, you know. There are definitely some times where like the bigger, this is not that big of a piece, but the very big ones, you need that stability of like a Q snap, but it slows you down so much. At least it slows me down instead of doing stitching in hand. This is another one that got put into timeout because I think I made a boo-boo, but I can't wait to get this little guy done. It's Stitching with the Housewives, Jolly St. Nick and Rudolph. It's a Sip of the Seasons by Priscilla Blaine, obviously. Trying not to get the glare, but also show you what it is. Anyway, so cute, and I can't wait to finish it. I have like a thing to finish it on, so I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm almost positive there's some mistake that I was somehow pulling out, so I'll have to get back to looking and seeing where I'm at. I didn't get very far with it. Like I said, these WIPs, they did not make it very far. I think other than that 4th of July WIP, that's almost done. Most of these are pretty tiny starts on everything. And I'm not going to make any crazy promises like I'm not starting anything new until I finish more of my WIPs. Realistically, that's not happening. I think we can all agree. If you have more than 1 or 2 WIPs, you can't hold yourself to those kinds of parameters. Anyway, this is Lizzie Kate Smalls, Spring Smalls, number 190. And I've made all of them except for this middle one, this Spring Bloom. It's like the spring letters. This one, I think actually, yep, this is also a finish that I didn't know was living in a WIP pile. So that needs to go over here into my finish pile. And then I had meant to start the next one on this one, which I think is the bunny one. That's the only one that I had a cut, but I haven't completed. It's a little bunny rabbit. I don't know if you can see without the glare. Anyway, so I kept all the threads. So I should probably move these guys up to the front of the stack because I could probably finish a couple of spring smalls and then have more little pillows to put out. I have a little dough bowl that I got over the holidays that I filled with like Christmas stuff, but that's the only holiday that I had enough finishes of to really fill it with. So right now it's just empty. All right. I love these Plum Street Sampler stacks, the stacks of animals. And I am working on the Tired Trio. Sorry, I know it's way out of focus. Trying to fix that for you and not glare everything out. Anyway, cute little sloth. And I've got a little bit of a start on this guy. And yeah, anyway, super cute. I find that the only reason why I don't get very far or haven't gotten very far on him is only because he's not a seasonal stitch. But I want to finish, I want to do a bunch of them and put them up in my daughter's room when she moves out of her nursery into her big girl room. So I need to step on it if I'm going to do that because she's probably going to move into her big girl room soon. Anyway, those are the colors. I think they're super cute. I'm pretty sure I used all the called for colors. I maybe substituted or used the DMC instead of the Classic Colorworks for one of them that I didn't have. But yeah, they're all called for colors. Anyway, I think it looks super cute. I can't wait to finish that because of course I have a collection of other ones in here. I really want to do this sheep heap one and then this fox few. I thought that was super cute. And I have like actually 2 or 3 more in my stash that I need to put in that pouch. I try and keep series like that together because then I know how many more so I don't double buy, because sometimes I'll see other ones and if I don't know if I already have it, then I will end up with duplicates, which is always interesting. This is like a different one only because I purchased it on a stash unload from somebody, so they had already started it. And they had all the called for weeks and Classic Colorworks colors. Let me tell you what it is. All Joys for Thine by Blackbird Designs. And now I love the Blackbird Design stuff. Have I finished any? No. This is the only one I've actually even really worked on. But I just really like the color palette. And someday I'll be a grown-up and have like a sampler wall. And that'll be really beautiful and I can't wait. But I've done some work. This is on a hand-dyed Ada. I don't know who or what the name or color of it is, but this is what I like to stitch on. It's very soft Ada, and I think it's 16 count. Maybe it's 18 count. Anyway, I like it. What she had done was like the bottom part of this flower and some of the stem. And then I finished that and like had started expanding the letters. The only question I couldn't tell when I got it is if she was doing 1/1 1/1 or if it's supposed to be stitched 2/1, because I think the ones that I did 2/1, and it kind of looks chubbier than it's supposed to be. Anyway, I could stand and stare at this for a while. That's why it's in timeout, because I didn't know what I was doing. And I don't want to tear it out, but I also don't want it to look kind of like lumpy. So I think I might go down to 1/1 strand. I've never done that before, and maybe we'll try it and see. What's the worst that could happen? I have to stitch over it again. All right, let's see. We're getting to the end of the WIPs. I think these last two actually are in the wrong box because I don't think I've actually started them. But then again, I did not know that I already had. Oh no, I did start it. I should really work on this. All right, let me, before I show you what it is, let me show you what the pattern is. How about that? It's Harvest Chockful by Hands On Design, and it's on like the chalk Ada, which again, the reason why I think I put this to the side, I'm almost positive. It's got all the, I've got all the called for threads. I think I bought this as a kit, but I got the called for threads in here as well. And the reason why it didn't get finished is because it's on Ada. And going forward, I have the rest of these, or a bunch of these chockfuls with the mason jars. And I don't like stitching on Ada. And so they get put in timeout. I think I'll start stitching going forward. I'll probably stitch them on black Monaco, and because I just go faster on that, it's much more comfortable for me to stitch on that. So let's see what else we've got. This is a Bent Creek Be of Good Cheer. This is like a vintage. Let's see. I don't know if it says on here what year this is, but this is, I got it for like $1 at like a rummage sale or something like that. I love rummage sale cross stitch, patterns. It's super cute. It's got a really cute Be of Good Cheer small little pillow that's on there, and I'm working on this bigger one. And this one almost got unpacked. This was on some Monaco. I think it's Monaco, but I bought it at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and it's not the Charles Craft. It's like some other brand. Now I'm trying to figure out which way this goes. I think it goes this way. Anyway, I coffee tea dyed it and baked it. It's just a weird texture. The holes are not as even as most of the stuff that I have in my stash. I don't know. I don't really like stitching on it. So this might get retired. Like I might get rid of this. I know it's a big piece of fabric, but I just don't like stitching on it. I might start over because I really like the pattern. I think it'd be super cute, and it shouldn't take very long. It's not like all that heavy of stitching. It's not really dense stitching, but it just isn't getting worked on because I don't like stitching on it. So we'll work on that. More little Lizzie Kate smalls. This is Summer Basket. Come on, focus. Summer Basket snippet. I think it's super cute. I might just do the basket and skip the letters. I think that's the way it goes. Anyway, just being stitched with DMC, called for DMC. It's just all in there. That one needs to come out of retirement as soon as I finish that Valentine's one. Right now I find that I can have one project out. There's one project out in my living room at a time so that my toddler doesn't get into it and destroy it. This is Heart in Hand, Bird in the Hand, Autumn. And I'm mostly done with this one. I think I ran out of a color And then I got the color, and so now I just need to finish. This is one of those ones where it was like I started it and just didn't have all the colors on hand at the time. Pardon the string hanging off of it, but anyway, another little small, I have a plan to finish this into a cute little pillow. This is what I was going to put in the dough bowl for fall. I do like Halloween decorating at my house because I love the fall stuff, but I also like the Halloween stuff for like the, not really scary Halloween, more like kid Halloween is what we're into at our house right now. And you know, cartoon ghosts and that sort of thing. So nothing too terribly scary. Anyway, that's gonna be a cute little small when it's done. And then we've got two more. Primrose Cottage Stitches, Happy Halloween. I think I got this as like, they have like, at certain holiday times, they have like mystery boxes kind of thing, that they release a pattern early. I think that's right. And then they eventually release it later, but you got like the pattern, the thread, and like a really cool, one of those like metal insulated, like a tumbler kind of thing that had like a cute little Stitching Co. witch or something like that. Primrose stitching something. It's really cute. And I just love this. I think I saw Java Girl Stitches did this, and I was like, I have to have it. So ordered that. Have all the called for threads in a beautiful pile. And I did this on, oh my goodness, it's a hot mess. I did a lot of Halloween stitching this last year, and a lot of it got fully finished and put up. So there's not as many WIPs, but it's getting there. It's just taking me a little bit of time to get through. By the time I got to this point, I was kind of burnt out on Halloween stitches. So I do want to finish this guy up. I love all of them. When I touch them and feel them again, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to stitch this again. And this was also like a gray, brown, coffee tea dyed, Rit dyed Monaco that I did myself. I think it looks kind of spooky, ooky kind of vibe to it. So I did a couple of Halloween things on that piece of fabric. And I bought this. This is like a little Ort bag from Pretty Southern. Sometimes sells these on her Etsy page, or she used to at least. And I love those little bags. I move them around from project to project. Last but not least, did I mention I'm obsessed with Bonnie and Camille fabrics? I'm currently still in the process of working on the Shine On sampler quilt. Usually when it's how I get started into like sampler quilts or like big projects, because I don't usually have time for those kinds of things, is my mom, who's also a quilter, a cross stitcher, will say, hey, let's try this. Let's do this together. So we did a block of the month with our local quilt shop, Quiltique in Henderson. And we got the book and started the block of the month stuff. And I kept up with the first 2 months, and then I just got super behind. But while I was getting behind, because I didn't have time to do the quilt blocks, cut them out and do all that kind of stuff, I thought, hey, I talked her into doing the cross stitch sampler that is basically like a miniature version of the quilt. So my grand plan is when I finish the quilt, then I can also have the cross stitch framed and finished and put up in the guest room, which is where it's going to go. Anyway, all that to say, I started this. It's so not pressed. It's like got little magnets holding it together because it's one of the bigger pieces that the only reason why I slowed down is because it was taking forever to finish. It just was deceptively bigger than I thought it was going to be. This is also on white Monaco. Oh, undyed Monaco or white Monaco. And at some point I just got tired of finishing like each motif. I just started I wanted to get to the bottom of the pattern to see it. So I started going down the side. I love the colors in this. I love this quilt. It's so fun to do. If you see behind me, there's like some, almost like a, there's a name for them. My mom brain cannot think of what the name for them is. Basically where you like stick your cut pieces of fabric, you label them. Design board. It's a design board, I think. Anyway, I cut out like 3 or 4 blocks at a time and label them. And then when I get a couple minutes in between loads of laundry, I stitch and stitch and stitch. And like today I stitched and stitched and stitched and ended up finishing one of the little blocks. So this is one more block for the pile. I somehow worked it out so that I have almost finished cutting out all the small blocks. I think the last 5 blocks that I have not cut out are like the really big ones. Like I have to finish cutting out this block and this block and this block are still left. And then there's another big one down here. So like 4 or 5 more big, huge blocks. But this is how far I've gotten on mine. Of course, my mom, who is retired and is a full-time grandma, has already completed hers and mounted hers and hung hers in her little craft room bathroom. And it's super stinking cute. She actually got so inspired that she made a couple extra like little blocks from this quilt pattern and then hung those also in the bathroom. So the whole bathroom is like the shine on bathroom, basically. It's super cute. Anyway, those are the WIPs. Hope it wasn't too fast or too rambly. I think part of the problem with me doing or trying to get back on YouTube is I love watching Flosstube, and sometimes I get too critical of my videos. And I just decided this year, I'm just gonna do them when I can do them. They may not be the best production quality, but they're just me on my phone talking to you guys about all the projects that I'm working at, and I hope you guys enjoy watching that. I really liked, I bought this, I think actually on Instagram, somebody was selling these. It's a pattern. I know you can purchase it from the same person that I bought this from, but she had made a couple, and this is out of the same shine on fabric. I'm pretty positive. It's definitely Bonnie and Camille. I can't remember if it's actually from that same line. I'm almost positive it is because this fabric is for sure in there somewhere. But I just love all the colors and it all matches, and I like, because it's all DMC. I know it's glaring at you, but it's cool. It's got like a zipper pocket, and then it's got pockets behind here. Like I've got some of the pattern is print. I made a copy of it. It's a little easier to work from that than from the big book that it comes in. Anyway, that's what I used when I travel with it. Actually, maybe I'll take this with me. We're supposed to be going out of town this weekend. I know this is like a long video, but we're going out of town this weekend because my brother-in-law, who is same age as me, he has like stage 3, like a brain tumor that has come back for the 3rd time for him. And so we are working on trying to get him moved to live basically in our side yard in a 5th wheel because he lives by himself. And it's just, it would be better for him if he had some people to help him out and keep an eye on him. At least make sure he's taking his medications and getting fed on a regular basis. So we're taking on that project, and yeah. So it's a lot, but that's what we're doing this weekend, is going to his house in California to help him pack up and clean out his house so that we can rent his house out for him and hopefully get him some cash, you know, money for him to use, kind of thing, because he's not able to work anymore. So anyway, that's that. I'm probably going to film a second video here. If my toddler's not awake yet, I might do a kitted projects video that has I have a whole basket full of kitted projects that I can't wait to finish. but I'm kind of trying to limit myself to just this one basket of WIPs. So until I make more room in here, I'm trying not to start another kitted project, but it's not stopping me from kitting at more projects is kind of the problem. So anyway, hope you guys are all having a great day and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.